Hello peoples, one and all. This is Zyrinthian here, and I am welcomed and joined by our wonderful rocker.
Hey!
And Mr. Duck.
What is up, my peoples?
No, that's not your intro.
You're a fuck.
Not that one either. Try again. There you go.
Okay.
And we're joined by a friend today who will give his own username.
Midori.
Midori, okay. I'm not going to remember that, so you're welcome in the long run. We are recording in a different environment, so pardon any audio glitches or cues you may hear or not hear or absolutely hate in the long run. Yeah, I like that. Midori's tapping underneath the table now. Hey, I remembered it. Anyway, and I had a rock star beforehand, so...
And I have voltage.
So we are all hyper in our own unique ways. Way to drag the paper through water there. Okay.
And I didn't take my medicine.
You need paper medicine. Okay, sick paper. So last we left off, I believe it was Fred ended up defeating a certain entity.
The Elder Pancake.
Yes.
Or on a different world, and I stole Jeffy back.
Yes. So now you have your old armaments / vibrator back. But for the time being, we are returned to our own dimension with Fred and his newly found powers. Which is apparently some sort of infernal fire.
Yes.
So, in this one instance, we are suddenly sucked back into the real world, and more distinctively, directly back into the doctor's laboratory.
But wait, all the friends are still with that multi-headed cat.
Oh dear, this could be problematic, because this already happened.
Oh yeah, I actually... Why did I do that?
Because you didn't want a massage, you idiot! You should have just accepted the massage.
Well, I don't want that creep touching me.
Okay. So...
But massages, and not a giant-headed cat.
I'd take the headed
boy.
cat any day over a fucking butter touching me.
Okay, so you do realize that cats have barbed penises, right? They have points on their penises, so you could get fucked by that giant cat with literal thorns on its dick up your ass.
I honestly think Fred would like that more than golden butter.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I can find hentai of that later for you. Anyway.
Well, we could always just have him experience a duck. Theirs are spring-loaded. And the males and females, they twist but in opposite directions.
This has been biology class with Nadori. Okay.
The most horrifying episode of biology class.
Stop it. Get some help.
So with that wonderful biology lesson over, let's jump right back into things, shall we? Because I kind of accidentally teleported us straight back into the doctor's lab.
Where are we? Oh, wait a minute. I've already been here.
Hey, man. Yeah, doctor's. He was.
Oh, hey, Kyle.
Yeah, he's clean. What's up?
Kyle, where are your pants?
I kind of left him. You want this banana I found? It was underneath the couch. It was kind of had some weird white stuff on it. That was mold too. And you want it?
No, you can have it. I'd really like to see it up your butt, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, man. Listen. If you can, just go and talk to the doctor. I think he's repairing most of his portals and
I know, he's with the
stuff.
multi-headed cat, remember?
Oh, okay, yeah, I just woke up. I thought he was... Where have you guys been?
I was in another dimension, like, fucking myself. Kyle!
Okay. Way across the neck, dude.
Here, smoke this. Here, smoke this. I hand Kyle some marijuana. God damn it.
He passes out instantly from that last puff. Okay. So what we have now with a passed out Kyle, you need to find a way quickly back to where the doctor was teleported, and nobody really remembers where this cat was.
Okay, I put a blanket over Kyle and begin looking at the coordinates of where we might be, hoping they're not broken due to my stupidity.
It looks like...
Everything breaks from your stupidity.
Your mom.
Anyway, go ahead and roll. Do you have anything to roll
Yes,
with?
I do. I fucking do this time, and they're actual...
Did you bring the pink one? Did you?
I did bring the pink one.
Yes!
He brought actual dice this time, so pardon the rattling noises that you'll hear on the table that we're recording on.
10.
10. Okay.
My hand just saved that.
You see a big red shiny button, a green red... A big green button, a big red button, and a big blue button on the side of the teleporter. The screen's a bit too complicated for you to figure out what the hell is happening. So, what do you want to do?
So they're too complicated?
The screen's too complicated for you to read, but there's a green, a blue, and a red button on the side of the teleporter.
Can I see if I can pay attention for long enough to try to, like, press the buttons and stuff? And try to
You
figure
paying
this out?
attention? That's a good joke.
It's literally just to roll to pay attention. It is
Well,
a
like,
skill
it's-
that you
it's-
need to roll for.
It's a roll with disadvantage.
Dice everywhere. Take them back.
Nadori, you'll be using this.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Let's see what kind of a roll you need to make in order to do
Math
that.
with 4d6.
Really?
Okay.
I told you the penguin was lucky. I told you
no.
the penguin was
But
lucky.
but this roll is with disadvantage.
I still told you the penguin was lucky for the fact that you got a 20 with or without disadvantage.
15.
Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and say exactly what happened, which is, since you rolled with disadvantage, but it was a perfect nat 20 the first time, lucky pink dice be damned.
I told you so.
Stop hitting the table. It's going to mess up the recording.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Thanks, Robert.
so, in this one instance, if it was a perfect nat 20 without disadvantage, I would have made you instantly teleport directly inside the fucking cat and kill it instantly from the inside out. Instead, now you are trapped in its stomach. You teleported directly inside the cat. You can hear screaming from outside.
I am going to go ahead and go berserk and
Probably smart.
start chainsawing it.
That's actually probably smart given that you're inside of a stomach.
And what do you call it? I deal +5 damage and I have advantage on the attack.
Okay. Yeah, the insides of a cat don't have very much advantage, multi-headed and laser ass or not. But
Wait, what kind of digestive tract would it take to make a laser come out of your butt?
It breathes fire and shoots lasers out its ass. Nobody really knows what kind
Probably a
of digestive
lot of
tract that
spicy
thing would
food.
do.
Shouldn't he be taking some damage just
Oh, he
because
is.
of that environment?
Oh, he is. As you see a large red streak come flying in both directions, seemingly from the stomach, a laser in one direction and a fire breath out the other. I doubt if it's farting fire.
All right,
given its
I'm
definition.
gonna try to force field it.
Okay.
Like try to activate it in time.
Okay.
Because I can, it's
Go
like
ahead.
a reflex save.
Go ahead and roll for that.
3.
God damn it! Really?
Nat 20 on my part. The laser begins flying in one direction, the flame out the other, nearly tearing you in part. In fact, you do get the force field up in time, but it's deflected and nearly torn from you. The laser tears one way, the fire tears another, and you try to block. At the last second, you do manage to get this mystical force field up at the last moment to block it, but the insides of this cat are something fierce, almost as fierce as its giant multi-pronged dick, which may be inside you at one point. Or you may be inside his dick, depending upon which way you decide to exit this cat. However, this completely disables your ability to use the force field for the entire rest of the fight with this cat. It appears that your guard is severely shaken by this.
Fuck.
So, you do...
How
It-
soon
it-
will he need to call for Wiener Schnitzel?
It just went from 3 to 0.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
The attack was blocked, but it seems to have negated the cat's ability to digest things. So its fire breath may be negated for a short period of time, as well may it be its lasers. How do you wish to proceed in getting yourself out of this cat?
I'm gonna try to cut my way through it using my chainsaw.
Go ahead and roll for
You
that.
mean your vibrator?
Yes.
15
Okay. So you do manage to roll a 15,
plus
which
5 damage.
plus 5 damage, shredding through the inside of the cat, just in time enough to fall down into its rib cage. It is now bleeding from the inside and will take damage over time. So as you manage to...
Also the plus 5 damage, like fire damage.
Okay. So, of course, this thing already has a good resistance against fire since it breathes it, so it won't do too much. But it is just extra flat damage. At this point in time, you do manage to fall out into its rib cage, at which you're almost next up against its skin. However, you can feel something shift and move around you as the cat begins to, what you can only assume is rolling, as it feels something underneath its skin that's not exactly pleasant, and begins to claw at where you would be inside of it, and then you're jumbled around against various organs and bones.
And by the way, get us out of here.
You take 15
I-
damage from being jumbled around.
Okay, so what's 15 minus 20? I'm not math. 5.
20 minus 15 is 5.
It's
Yes.
5. I'm not good at math, guys. All right, so
Gentle with the table, everyone. gently.
Wham!
No.
All right, so don't worry. Rocker, don't worry. I'll get your character out of there, and I'll promptly try to rip off her face and eat it.
You can't see her face.
You're a fuck. Okay, so he's okay. So what can I have dark vision, right? Because of the previous encounter with the
Yes.
pancake. Okay, so I'm going to take a look around the stomach and what vital organs are present at the moment.
What you can spot are, go ahead and make a roll to see if you manage to spot anything.
With advantage or just
With
flat roll?
disadvantage, you're being jumbled around inside the darkness of a cat. That'd
So
be a
6.
That'd be a 6. You see organs.
Okay, so
And you
alright,
think you just hit a bone. It was nice up against your ass.
okay, I'm gonna just
Did it give you a boner?
You might be boned by the end of this.
see
Rolls for a boner again.
15.
You do indeed manage to get a boner from this. It's not the hardest in the world, but it may be hard enough to give you an advantage.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna swing my
No.
boner wildly and hit the other bones and see if I can break the bones with my boner.
You hear something that sounds like a comical xylophone bouncing off of the insides. It appears to be hard enough to be musical at the very least.
Okay, so it's not breaking the bones.
No, not quite. It
At
was a
least
lovely
it didn't
tune, though.
break.
It was a
Alright.
lovely tune,
Yeah.
though.
I'm gonna swing. Okay, wait. It's not my turn right now.
The cat can't really do anything since you're inside of it, but you are being jumbled around. Take another 5 damage.
Okay.
And you can
Okay.
hurry up and get us the fuck out of here.
Shut up, Constance. I'm doing the best I fucking can. I only have a chainsaw. Go fuck yourself. All right, so I'm gonna just swing wildly with my chainsaw.
Okay.
And I'll wait to make Death do that.
Oh my! In one fell swoop.
Ow.
Yeah, that was a hand slap. That was a high five. In one fell swoop, you managed to go straight down, which apparently the cat is on its back. And what you last landed on appeared to have been its lungs, or one of them. You chainsaw all the way back, down, and out through the cat's back, cutting through one of its lungs in the process, not only severely hurting it, but also dealing a significant amount of damage to it. As you manage to crawl out of the cat, you blink in the sunlight and turn and look around. Everyone's scrambling for cover.
I found my chainsaw, guys. I'm happy.
Nobody fucking cares. Get this cat away from us.
Pull your pants down, Doctor. I'm gonna make musical notes in your asshole.
Can you just get this thing away from me? I still don't like being a pain. Weird Al Pancakeovich starts to pancake again.
Wait, you're still in the story?
Kind of. Just get... You're interrupted promptly by a tail slap from the cat as it starts farting lasers again. It appears it's- No, that was Weird Al Pancakeovich that just went flying over the horizon. We'll check if he's okay in a minute.
After we find Fluffy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to find Fluffy.
yeah.
Where
Fluffy's
the fuck
top.
is Fluffy anyway?
A cutscene with wonderful birds chirping in the distance. You hear that wonderful as a flying sheep with wings goes careening past into the sunset. For some reason, eating birds as it flies past, and cut back to Fred.
That was beautiful.
Majestic, truly majestic. Those are the only words that can be used to describe the picture that we just put in our heads. There
really
needs to be
is.
fan art of that.
It really does. Like, that professional level fan art, too.
Rocker, you're a fangirl. Recruit people to make fan art.
There we go. So,
Oh,
as
fruits
the
and
cat tail slaps Weird Al Pancakeovich, you see it hobbling in your direction. It took a large amount of damage and is bleeding internally from the damage that you caused to it. But it's still a major threat, as its ass cannons are still fully viable.
Alright. Is it possible to run up to the cat, break its back, and aim its ass cannons at its face?
Go ahead and roll for that.
Strength check.
He hits the phone with the dice.
15.
Okay. You do manage to leap onto the cat's back. How do you plan on breaking its back?
Gonna, like, elbow its back and kind of, like, take my hand underneath, like, where its groin is, like,
Okay.
kind of fondling it at first, and then just...
Realize this thing is about 25 feet tall.
And I'm Fred.
Okay. So you...
I basically leap up and go, BAM!
Okay.
and aim his butt at his face.
Okay. You do indeed manage to make a large hit on the back of the cat. It's not enough to break it. However, there is a large hole that is in the middle of the cat's back from where you chainsawed out of it. A possible weak point for future exploitation. But you hear the cat growl in dismay and start flailing about wildly. Let me go ahead and make a roll for the cat here. Be prepared to roll against this. Just roll once. A 12. Versus a 15. The cat flings you off at a rapid rate of speed, and you go tumbling off into the ground below. You're now off, but you do a wonderful anime moment, and you land on your feet and slowly slide away from the beast, glaring at it as it returns the favor.
Alright, so what does my surrounding area look like?
This is a very grassy patch. Since basically my imagination is completely void at the moment, we're going to put this in the middle of a forest somewhere. Namely the Black Forest in Germany, which is highly populated by trees, except for a large clearing, which appears to have been burned and lasered by the massive cat.
Alright, and where exactly is the hole in the cat?
The hole in the cat is up above its left front shoulder.
Left
And it also
front
has,
shoulder.
a butthole.
Yeah.
And where exactly am I adjacent to it?
It is staring you down about 30 feet away from you.
Okay, so is there a tree? Is it standing next to a tree or a relatively close tree?
It's cleared out about all trees within 50 feet of it.
Okay, so there are no trees around it.
No trees around it whatsoever.
Okay, so that gets rid of my plan.
You can still reposition or do something else if you want.
Alright, I'm gonna regroup with the team.
Okay. From what you can gather from what's left of the team, Syrup Man is just...
It's golden butter because
Yeah,
they
that's
became
right.
one.
Ah, correct. Golden Butter is currently sliding up and down hills like he doesn't have a care in the world for some reason. It appears that he does keep a lot of the personality of Syrup Man and all of this. The doctor is cowering behind a large rock on a nearly vertical cliffside nearby in the forest. And it appears that Weird Al Pancakeovich was sent flying through multiple trees, so he's not even with you at the moment.
And I'm gonna say, fuck this shit, I'm out and go change
Mm-hmm.
clothes where I'm covered in cat gunk from being inside of the stomach.
There you go.
And see how much longer death is in line.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm all alone here.
Yeah.
Well.
Disturbing.
Doctor, quick! Do you have anything to deflect lasers with?
Basically all I have is this personal deflector shield that I always have with me.
Alright, give me that. I'm gonna run in there and stuff.
He manages to toss it to you from a distance. It lands about 5 feet away from you.
I wanna see if I can catch it.
Okay.
14.
I'd say you go ahead and manage to catch that. You make a leaping dive and roll for it and still land on your feet. The cat, however, as in this time that you've managed to grab it, has turned around and aimed its ass cannons in your direction.
Oh god.
So, let's see how you handle this, shall we?
Okay.
Okay. Let's roll. I'm going to go ahead and say it has 6 assholes. 6 heads.
God.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Okay. So, we'll just go ahead and say the D20 is its chance of hitting you, and every single one of them is the damage that it does, okay?
Okay.
So, let's go ahead. That just went from good to bad. It was a 1, and then it went to a 13.
And I wanna see if I can deflect it.
All right.
I'm
With
gonna
what?
shoot the deflector shield.
That your reflector shield that is currently
no.
Yeah, the doctor just
he gave it to
Oh,
me.
the deflector shield. Right. Okay.
All right, this is the moment of truth, guys. 6.
6 versus a 13. Okay, so you take 11 damage from the lasers that start firing off in your direction. It appears that they seem to be more like the pen lasers that you would use to have a cat run around the room with. So they don't do too much damage, but they're fucking lasers. They hurt.
Okay, so what's
89.
89? Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need some wiener
You need-
schnitzel soon.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can write the damage.
So you better call your girl.
No.
You need your wiener schnitzel.
She has a
Sorry.
mustache.
But
It-
you need your wiener schnitzel.
I don't want to fuck Freddie Mercury. I'm sorry.
There's a quote. Okay. So the cat continuously fires lasers at you as you're moving. For the next 2 turns, it will continue attacking you.
Okay, for the next 2 turns. Okay.
So better keep on the move for sure.
All right, so I'm gonna attempt to keep trying to reflect it.
Okay. Just standing in the same place?
Yeah, like actually like holding it up and stuff.
Okay.
14.
You do indeed manage to block it. However, it appears it needs more power in order to actually deflect it.
How so?
Well, since I heard that question, since I'm at the distance and the fourth wall is still broken, there's a small little button on the side there. It's one of the 16. Actually, it's one of the 20 if you count the 4 startup buttons. But if you press one of those, it should crank the power up to about 300%. That should be enough to deflect it, based on my calculations.
Alright, since I know Fred, I'm going to see if he keeps his concentration.
Okay, let's see what button you press.
Hold on, concentration. 12. He rolled a 12 and gained concentration.
He managed to get above average, so he sections out the 4 buttons that are not, in fact, the power up for the power down buttons that would turn the shield off completely. However, he presses one of them, and you see the shield start to glow and rapidly flicker. It appears it does indeed power it up, but it doesn't have enough juice to keep it going all the time. It appears you got to time this correctly.
Okay.
I'd recommend finding an opening on the cat.
Alright, I position myself to its hole, hole on its shoulder.
Okay. So you're aiming for directly above it.
Yeah, directly above it, yeah.
All right. So I say you managed to leap into the air. It tries to counterattack, but the lasers go off into space, reflect off a satellite, and bounce down somewhere in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
Well, a camel's dead now.
Yes, a camel died this day. More rip camel. And we hear it die in the distance.
Thud.
That was actually rather morbid. I'd rather not hear that again.
I'll let you hear other things, Doctor.
No, please don't. Okay, so
Oh,
sorry
yes,
about that.
that will happen.
Are you still writing that fanfic? I want no part of this.
It may be a threesome between Fred, you, and Golden Butter.
Oh, dear. All of a sudden, Golden Butter slides up. I'm perfectly okay with this, and you know I am.
I
I'm not.
know.
That's the problem. I'm not, and I'm a part of it, and I don't want to be.
Fred gets to call you Daddy.
Okay, everyone.
Daddy.
You hear a mysterious sound of vomiting in the distance. No explanation is given.
It appears that it's coming from the direction of a large appliance store nearby. I don't know why the appliance store would be out here, but there is. In the middle of the Black Forest of Germany. Just look for the legendary Black Forest appliances, everybody. This is not sponsored if there is such a place. However, in this instance, you managed to get directly above the cat. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, I'm deflecting it?
Yes.
Okay.
The next volley lands directly at the shield.
19.
The lasers go directly back down into the cat's back. For some reason, it appears, like most creatures, to be weak to its own attacks. For some odd reason that's always very plot convenient. The lasers shine back down into the cat and completely blow a hole in its heart. It takes a massive amount of damage from this attack.
And I was right, the pink dye would be lucky.
It's now on the ground, crawling around, and will take a substantial amount of damage more each turn.
Alright, so can I use my extra attack because I have that?
Go ahead.
I'm going to...
You're now falling towards it from the air, from
yes,
deflecting.
Yes. And this is going to make for a awesome thing. I'm going to drop the doctor's... Well, kind of toss it into, like, his direction, pull out my chainsaw, and go for a decapitation.
Okay.
That didn't count. 10.
You're lucky that 2 didn't count. Okay. So with a 10 landing, you managed to embed Jeffy directly into the middle of the cat's neck, also connecting for a large portion of damage. However, this does not appear to be enough to keep it down. It's still writhing and still firing lasers out of its ass, and all of a sudden you see a warm glow erupt from inside of it. You're almost directly above the hole, standing basically on its back. And don't take that any way that would be considered sexual, because we are PG here at We Classy Morons.
That's probably the best joke we've heard.
I know. Hug me. Anyway.
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting hugs now.
I'm not going to hug you.
There are strange mental images, because I can't really see this, I can only hear it, remember. Oh, I like these mental images.
It was just a hug.
Oh, was it now?
Yes, it was, Golden Butter.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it was just a hug. Anyway, So you see a massive flame suddenly gut out of the back of the cat, and you stumble towards it. Make sure you don't fall into that with a roll.
Okay. 18.
You do manage to dodge out of the way of it, roll forward, and roll over Jeffy the chainsaw in the meantime, dealing a small portion more damage to the cat.
Is Jeffy still revving?
Jeffy's still revving and inside the cat, yes.
Isn't Jeffy always revving?
Oh, there you go. Good girl. Okay.
People disgust me.
Again, a small voice shouts out from the distance from the direction of the appliance store. This is a very strange forest. Remind me never to go to Germany. So the cat is now bleeding heavily, down on the ground, and very disrupted. It appears in a daze, and all but one of its heads seems to be completely and utterly spent. It rears its last head towards you as you roll off in front of it and sends one massive burst of flame. With this massive attack, it spends the last of its health, gains triple advantage on this next attack, and gains an extra 30 damage to it, spending the rest of its life as attack. Let's hope you're prepared for this. The first roll, a 4.
I rolled an 8.
Next roll, a 13.
I rolled an 8.
Next roll is a 7.
I rolled an 8.
This attack connects. It deals... Let's see here.
Oh, God.
You take 73 damage from this attack.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
89, take away 73.
Call for your fucking wiener schnitzel.
Fine. You know what? Fine. I give in. 70. So what's 89 take away 73?
Let me do math here.
16?
We'll just go with 16 regardless.
Let's go with 16.
So you are now in a very burned state, regardless of his heritage or not, or of his powers that he may have had. 16 is the correct answer, yes. Da-da-da-da, come on down.
I was right!
And at this point, I'm no longer raging.
Yes. Fred, completely spent, watches the massive cat collapse in front of him, smoke still coming out of its now badly singed mouth, as most of its hair is completely gone from the fight.
And now Fred falls unconscious. As it was a good fight.
Fred collapses to the ground.
And at his last breath, he'll be like, fanfics. And he falls over.
And in this opportune time, Ara is going to show back up, since the fire is gone.
Is it over with? I think it's dead. It's dead. It's dead. Okay. Oh, I was looking forward to possibly having a... Never mind. Golden Butter decides to leave that to everyone's imagination.
Wait until you can get Fred, because that's going to be a better one.
Well, I guess I can live with that. I guess I'll have to live with a little bit of waiting. Of course, he likes that holder more than me anyway, I get the feeling. And he will need to call for the wiener. Does he usually make this much noise when he sleeps?
I don't spend the night with him, so I don't know.
I thought you were his conscience.
A conscience with a husband.
A conscience with a husband. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
What? What's going on?
Yeah.
I can't move my legs. I can't move anything.
Yeah, okay, I think
Hold up.
I know what I can do now.
Oh, please.
Golden Butter lands squarely on top of you and begins staring dreamily into Fred's now paralyzed eyes as we all begin to watch in fear.
Except for me.
A stream of vomit is coming out of the front door of that appliance store.
Oh dear.
I'm enjoying this.
Okay. So, let's roll and see how well Golden Butter butters you.
Same.
Oh, just an 8.
Aw.
He manages to ooze down on top of you, and you can feel, even though you're paralyzed, your nerves seem to be working perfectly fine in feeling him. You feel butter start squishing through every part of your clothing.
Hey, Doc, can you?
I'm not getting close to this. If you think I'm getting close to this,
Use
you're sorely
deflection.
mistaken.
Threesome.
I will shoot you in the fucking head. No, better yet. I will eat your face and then regurgitate it back into your mouth.
You can't see my face or any of
I
me.
will play Marco Polo with you.
Will you creeps go away from my store? You're scaring away my customers.
I will sex your body.
Ew, I'm calling the police.
Please do.
Call the Wiener Schnitzel.
Okay.
I've
that's
always
another-
wanted to be in a cop porno movie.
Okay.
That's it. I'm calling the police.
Fred
Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. Fred doesn't get a boner, damn it. In fact, he loses his erection
Okay.
from
Where did he last see it?
the
Inside of the cat.
inside of the cat. Yeah.
Okay. Let me roll and see if what happened actually happened. Damn it, his boner didn't fall off. It is a little bit sore though, from hitting the bones of the cat and making them play like xylophones. What is this life? Okay. So, with a nice little blacking out cutscene later, staring into the eyes of golden butter longingly overhead, you manage to wake up, as Fred does. He wakes up, just like everyone else, in the middle of an appliance
Are
store.
you sure? I haven't slept in years.
No, haven't you now? I can change that if you want to discuss sleeping arrangements.
Okay, so-
you hear
so-
this discussion going on overhead as you wake up.
So Fred sits up very very quickly and says, "Toasters."
And you instantly start hurting all over. Easy there, darling. You have third-degree burns. I moisturized them, but that moisturized.
I need my dick stuck in a toaster. Where's a toaster?
You roll and see if you can find a toaster nearby. You find a toaster oven.
I was about to roll to see if he takes damage when he gets stuck in it.
That's my job. That's my job.
I guess I'll find a toaster later.
Don't
Easy
stick your
there.
dick in a toaster. Stick it in golden butter.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You
I will
hear
stick-
retching from off to your side. You turn around and who do you see? Describe yourself, if you will.
A dwarf, covered in hair, and what you're not sure if is his hair or the pelts of various creatures.
Okay, so we see this multi-patch of haired dwarf over to the side. It appears from this point of view, are any of his eyes visible at all, or any discernible facial features?
His eyes are, but just as gleaming points under a hood of fur, and where his vomit lands, the floor is dissolving.
Oh boy.
As the floor begins rotting away in various places as he coughs and drips all over the floor, you hear a disgruntled ew from off in the distance. It appears that Death is back from filing for unemployment.
Deathy! I fought a multi-headed cat that shot lasers,
I got
I can-
stuck in the cat with him.
I'm sorry, dear.
and I got a boner.
I'm pretty sure you did. Just about anything will give you one. Now,
By the way, where am I?
you're in the middle of an appliance store. I believe this is the Black Forest appliance store, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Again,
that's where
not sponsored.
that's where the cat was, and I was stuck in a cat that breathed fire. You idiot, Fred.
Hey, let's you gotta sleep together.
Okay, I've never heard of a fire-breathing cat.
That
Whoa.
shot lasers.
Oh, neither have I. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
oh,
I
oh,
left.
oh, 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 oh,
Yes, to the really annoying one down in front.
oh. Like Zyrinthian just randomly decided that he didn't want to DM anymore, so I just decided to take up the mantle for a few seconds.
Because he didn't want a massage from golden butter.
I
Yeah.
think I remember this. Anyway,
And then
He
Yeah.
should've gotten
Also,
a
what's an
massage.
appliance?
An appliance. You go ahead and see if you have enough perception to look around and check. Just roll a flat d20.
10.
You see what you think are appliances. They're all in different shapes and colors, and you can't tell one from the other, but they look pretty. They don't appear to have any fur on them that you could use, though, for anything.
Fred is
Or
gonna
meat
limp.
to eat.
Fred is gonna limp around to see if he can find a toaster.
You hear crunching, audible crunching, as Fred walks around from being so badly burned.
Just call the damn Wiener Schnitzel.
Fine. Fred gets out his fourth wall phone and reluctantly calls Hulda.
You hear spritzing and fuzzing again from the phone. The fourth wall still isn't fixed.
Then get a regular phone. You have her number.
She lives in
These
Germany.
are some weird-looking decorations. I've also never heard of a decoration called an appliance before.
Well, I'm pretty sure you could hang these from your ceiling if you wanted to, but I'm not sure if you would want to.
They would probably smish you.
They are mostly used for cooking, cleaning, or other things.
Wait,
Stuff
these
that
are
you
tools?
make me do.
They're
I use
tools.
them for other things.
You're disturbing.
Nobody wants to hear about your other things.
Penis!
Nobody wants to hear about that either.
Or
and for
see it.
that
Fred
too,
pulls
dog.
down his pants and shows Ara his penis.
Let's see. Let's roll to see if he has a boner.
And roll to see if he's pointing the right direction.
2.
It has shrunk back inside of him somehow. He has a reverse boner.
And we need to see if he's pointing in the right direction
Yeah,
since he
do you-
can't see or only Jeff can.
Do you have? Oh.
He rolled a 6 and pointing in the direction.
Somehow he's pointing his inverted dick at the ceiling. Okay.
I rolled a 6 for... No. Yeah,
That's
no,
a
that's a
6.
6. For vomiting on his junk.
You only managed to have it dribble down what appears to be your
I want to
chin.
dodge it. 12. I win. I dodge
Okay.
out of the way.
You step carefully away from the now rotting pile of floor in front of you and
Fred is
crunch
very-
backwards.
Fred is very confused.
Do you see what I've had to put up with while you've been gone, sweetie?
I do. I'm so terribly sorry, but business matters. I have to make sure that the household's well taken care of. Death Jr. and all that.
I
And
pull
I'm
out a
doing business
rotting
matters
piece
too.
of goblin jerky from a bag of holding, hidden in my many layers of pelts.
Is that a dead goblin?
Part of one is quite delicious. Do you want some?
No, I'm more concerned about what part. Also, I'm a skeleton and I can't eat.
Oh.
Except for some of the damn.
This, I believe, was liver. Either that or it was the left arm. It's hard to tell the difference.
Yes, I can certainly. Well, I can see the resemblance to both, but right now in its shriveled state, it looks more like a penis. So I'd rather.
Okay, you guys.
nom,
Okay,
nom.
break it up, you two.
I'm eating
No,
it.
you only.
And it smells like
Stop
it's
looking
rotten.
at the jerky.
No.
Can somebody help me?
You see Weird Al Pancakeovich crawl in the store with a ding from the automatic doors. They begin closing on him and slowly bump him over and over again, then reopen and then bump him again. It appears he
You
needs some
guys are
help.
called dibs on eating him.
He's not food.
Yeah, he is. He's technically food. He's just.
He got
He's a
combined.
pancake.
He got combined with food. That
He's-
does not necessarily mean he is food.
He's not a fish.
Fish are friends, not food. Anyway, he's okay. I don't know where I was going with that one.
Neither do I.
Shut up. Okay. So as
Can
you
you eat skeletons, or can you only make those into soup stock?
Don't you dare touch him.
If I had my powers back at the moment, I would kill you just for saying that.
Oh, I'd much rather pay attention to his bone.
That's my job.
Oh, fine. Ow.
I rolled to vomit on golden butter. I get it too.
That's disgusting.
It seems that all that he can do is dribble down the front of him. What is this dwarf's name?
Grendwarf.
Grendwarf. Okay, then. That's... Can I just call you Gren?
We're granny.
Okay.
Cool.
Never say cool again. It didn't sound cool.
Wait a minute. What's that in your pocket? Fred? It's rather crispy, I know, but still.
He looks down in his pocket.
He sees those same scraps that he found in the other dimension. The other remaining clues to the Elder Pancake.
Oh yeah, apparently the Elder Pancake is possessed by a demon. We have to destroy all the remaining parts in order so, it doesn't take over the world and kill all the humans.
And it wasn't a nice demon like your mom.
I think I remember this. I remember fighting something way back in the day, or at least having to kill it. But
Also, why would a demon want to possess a pancake? That doesn't make any sense.
Can I eat the
Demons don't
demonic
make any
pancake
sense.
when you're done killing it?
No.
Well, Fred took a few bites of it, and it didn't seem to hurt him, so I'm going to go ahead and say that if you manage to catch a hold of it and grab it, you can try and eat it.
that's probably not the best idea. This dwarf vomits things, I don't want to see eternal pancake coming out of it either.
Neither do I, but hopefully we should do something with the elder pancake scraps. At least the parts of this recipe. They each give a hint. They all spell out when put out the proper way, which of course Fred doesn't at first, but Aura and the rest help him with spelling this out like a junior jumble. They manage to spell out the word pancake with an S at the end. Pancakes.
So, what does this mean for putting the elder pancake back together?
Well, Fred takes out his dick and measures the pancake.
No one wants to see your fucking dick.
It's still a little bit shriveled, but it's not inverted anymore.
I got a 15 for barfing on it.
I'm gonna dodge out of the. You know what? You know what? No, force field.
I vomit
Force
on
field.
his junk, and it starts dissolving off.
Try force field it.
Force. Okay. Try and. Wait.
3. You smell something that smells closely between vomit, semen, seafood, and a very bad time in a back door of Wendy's. And it all mushes together to create this wonderful stench of Fred's rotting, burnt, crispy dick with vomit on it.
Well, that's gonna need to be fixed if he's gonna fuck Golden Butter in the ass.
Let's say I'm at 5 health now.
Otherwise, Golden Butter's gonna fuck him in the ass.
Fred begins to start flitting in and out of consciousness, blacking out just about every other second. He's not in a good state of health now.
Do we need to call that, German girl?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
like just like give me a potion or something.
What does that German girl have that I don't? Anyway,
I finally
A
managed to
healing
get rid
penis.
of his junk, and you want to bring it back? Do you know how hard it is to barf that much?
they all look around at each other for a moment. The doctor shrugs. He's been silent this whole time, probably shell-shocked from seeing Fred's dick so many times in one day.
Right in there.
Death seems to not give a shit either way, and Golden Butter looks a little concerned about the fact that a dick may be lost this day. But
Especially one that was going to go inside him.
but this entire time, they all look at each other, shrug, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say I pull up the phone. Okay, Hulda. Yeah, this is Zyrinthian. Yeah, no, not me. Why me? No, I'm calling for Fred. Yes, Fred was the one in the jacket. Yes, the weird jacket. Not the one made out of wolf pelts, no. Not last Sunday, no. Not the one with the ass that had 3 cheeks. Yes, that one. Okay. I don't know how you're understanding me in English, but okay. Okay. I'm gonna just suddenly teleport you here. Hulda lands from a massive portal directly on top of Fred, losing all of his health points except 1. Fred is now at 1 health, but it appears that he's about to get a whole lot healthier.
The Ren Dwarf just pulls some what appears to be rotting poison bug arms and just starts eating them.
Okay.
He's
So you
Numbing
can
on
snack
the
while you
unarmed.
watch your porn.
Okay. Just sit back and enjoy the show. This should be very good.
No, I'm just very hungry.
Oh, you will be after watching this. I always am.
Oh, I know
The
you
Ren
are.
Dwarf leaves the
This is
building.
disturbing. Or don't encourage him.
But I like encouraging him. I'm gonna ship it.
Oh, dear. Honey, what have I told you about shipping things that should not be alive?
Not to do it.
And I'm speaking about both Fred and Golden Butter here, just so you know.
Oh, I know.
Because technically you died, you son of a bitch.
He turns and looks at Fred, who's currently passed out, but
Hey, I would. Oh, yeah, he is passed out. Never mind.
too
Wait,
bad.
he's dead?
No, he's
No,
passed
he's
out.
unconscious.
Yeah, and,
No, wait, he's died before?
Oh yeah, I've died
Which
before.
time?
He's died before.
yeah,
Is
he's.
he an abomination of nature?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Should I kill him?
No.
No.
He kind of can't until we fix everything.
Yeah.
Fix everything what?
Well, you see,
Also, I don't recognize the type of tree, and I've been just about everywhere.
Well, this is a different sort of place. You may have been sucked through because of Fred breaking the fourth wall. To explain that in a nutshell, you're not from this world, you're from another one. You got pulled into a world with very different rules and logic, so try to just maintain sanity as best you can.
So what you're saying is Fred tried to kill Pan, so I should kill him.
Well, technically he didn't kill Pan, because Pan doesn't exist in this universe. Not in this one, anyway.
Pan is nature. Pan exists everywhere. He tried to destroy nature.
He shot himself 5 times while in purgatory, and somehow everything just collapsed in on itself.
So basically, he's trying to kill himself. Don't worry. He's doing a perfectly adequate job at it, if you can't tell from his 3rd-degree burns.
Only the
Can
more
I
he
have-
tries to kill himself, the more we have to deal with anything, don't we, sweetheart?
Yes. Okay.
Can I
let's see
just
if
help him on his way?
Let me put these scraps together real quick. Okay. Let's. Oh. We put this together.
Death starts laying the strips of paper on top of each other.
It seems that they all have a hidden message when put together.
Have you been watching National Treasure again?
Stop it. Okay. We put all of these.
It's a good movie.
We put all these scraps of paper together. It seems that we need to get all the living ingredients together. This includes you, Golden Butter. But there are others. Once we seal up the 4th wall, we should try and find these other living ingredients. Put them all together, make the Elder Pancake, and if it's as dangerous as you say, I'll try and help fight it. But if I can't kill things, I don't know how it's going to die. If it's truly evil.
Well, at least I'll be inside something.
We'll try to get you inside Fred first. That way, in case something happens to you, sweetheart.
Why
And
are
the
you
fabulous-
calling Golden Butter sweetheart? Is there a relationship here I should know about?
Because friends with friends. It's,
Friends are friends. Friends with benefits. I get where this is going.
No,
We
we don't do that. It's just he's
don't you though?
He's fabulous. It's a thing.
So, with this revelation intact that you've somehow discovered through death, strangely enough, is making this much easier.
You're welcome. Fred isn't helping.
Everything easy.
You decide not to turn around as you hear squelching and duck-like noises coming from behind you as Hulda works her magic with Wiener Schnitzel. We're not even going to describe this process. But,
Again.
Yeah, again. However, at this point in time, there's a nice little montage where everyone's eating, running around the house. Think of the intro to King of the Hill. And everyone is suddenly sitting out front in lawn chairs around the appliance store. It appears they had lawn chairs here. And they're talking about how to put together the ingredients. Fred walks out and stretches in the sun. Hulda's sitting inside the appliance store cleaning.
Fred scratches his ass.
Okay, well, that's a needless display.
Hello, sexy.
Come here, big boy.
Oh,
Fuck,
you
fuck,
didn't.
fuck, 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 fuck.
Beep.
Grindorf just walks farther away from the store.
Okay. So, Death continues to relate this story of how they should put the Elder Pancake back together with its various living ingredients, as it appears that there are more, just like Golden Butter, who's one of the many.
It was the
However,
most fabulous.
and you decide that this is probably a good idea. It appears that the only way to beat the Elder Pancake is by forming it, then killing it, as it saved the other dimension after all.
That's true.
But hopefully Golden Butter is not lost in this, because the world would be lost without such fabulousness.
Oh, but of course.
Well, if we're going to destroy this thing, we have to put it together first. So, we need to find out where, wasn't it Jan Yankovic put all of these different ingredients?
Yep, Brody.
Yeah.
Okay, using another... What is that, Zyrinthian?
This is the script.
Oh. Why is there nothing here?
Oh, I forget it's ad-lib. Never mind. Okay, here, let me just tell you what you're supposed to do next, because we break all the fucking rules around here.
Isn't Weird Al still stuck in the door?
He's Jan Yankovic, not Al Yankovic.
Yeah, but the Weird Al, who knows where all the things are, is still stuck in the door.
That's
I
right,
think
we
I
never picked him.
released him when I left the store.
Okay, he's no longer inside the door. He's just lying beside it, but he's still passed out on the ground. Hulda notices him And she glances around quickly and drags him into the storeroom in the back. You hear more duck-like squelching noises as the Wiener Schnitzel is liberally applied.
Thank you for helping the pancake man.
You hear a very German-sounding "You're welcome" come flying out of the closet. You're not sure if that was Hulda schnitzeling or something else. Okay, with this advancement, you manage to get Weird Al back on his feet, Weird Al Pancakeovich, and he stumbles out in his semi-pancake form. Okay, well, if you're looking for the different living ingredients, there was something about that back in my library at home. But of course, that's back out in California, and we all got teleported here, right?
All right, so Fred runs out of the store and yells, "Fluffy!"
Somewhere off in space, Fluffy is munching on satellite dishes. You hear a small
Grendorf runs back saying, I found something fluffy. It's a rabbit squirrel with a large bite out of it. He just continues eating it.
Just finish eating it. Finish eating it for Rocker.
Okay.
I wish I could just shoot him.
In this one moment, all of a sudden the DM decides to fuck with everybody. The rabbit becomes alive, wriggles out of your grasp, runs away with a bite out of it.
It wasn't a rabbit, it was a rabid squirrel.
Okay, a rabbit squirrel.
Nope,
It's just
nope,
a rabbit squirrel. Okay, let's just put the both of them together. It suddenly becomes a rabbit squirrel, has large ears, and maybe just mention at this point in time that Rocker has a fear of squirrels. This may not have been the best thing. It runs off into the distance, possibly to be seen again. You don't know. It still has a bite out of its back, though, but somehow alive.
Only death can murder that thing!
I wish I could.
Grendorf goes off to try and eat it. Like,
As it
new
cha-
creature! Also, rabies doesn't taste very good.
you
Good
hear
thing
the-
I'm immune to it.
You hear him dash off into the distance with his ironclad stomach deep inside of him, following, I guess. And he ducks off into the distance. Not before there is a large sound of trees being uprooted from the direction that he is in, and a large ball of white fluff overruns him, strutting him back into the environment with the rest of the cast.
Yay!
I'm going to...
Fluffy's
This thing
back!
stole my chance to eat a rabbit squirrel. I'm going to eat it in revenge.
Don't you dare eat Fluffy.
I bite off the wing that stuck to his eyeball.
Fred is going to rage in response to this.
Oh boy. Already.
No one hurts the Fluffy.
I removed the wing from his
And he's
eyeball.
gonna sprint towards what's his face and try to chainsaw him.
Okay, let me make a roll here real quick.
18.
I got an 11.
Okay, I rolled a 6. Anyway, as the eyeball is sucked from its socket by the horrendous eating habits of the the crazy man, which is otherwise known as Grendorf, this abomination of a happenstance directly ahead of you is interrupted by the fact that the eyeball floats up and away and out of the mouth and starts flying on its own. The rest of Fluffy manages to just sit there, and the other eye watches as its partner floats off into the stratosphere. Fred does indeed manage to tackle Grendorf to the ground, but Golden Butter does nothing but chant, "Kiss, kiss, 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 kiss."
Hey, save the kissing for you and Fred.
So Fred grabs.
The idea makes me vomit.
So before you do that, Fred grabs a rock with his other action and begins hitting you in the face with it.
Go ahead, let's see who goes first. I'll roll 4. Okay. Roll for who goes first. So you got a 9? 12. So Grendorf, as you're raising the rock in his hand, has his action available.
Okay.
I projectile vomit into your unfortunately open mouth.
Roll
Well-
versus each other.
All right.
I guess Golden Butter was right. That's
I'm
close
gonna
enough
try-
to a kiss.
I'm gonna try to force field.
13
Damn it.
Versus a 5. The projectile vomit does indeed land directly in your face. However, it appears that you've eaten worse in your life as well, Fred. So you only take a flat 10 damage from this. In this instant, with this dripping off of your face and back onto Grendorf's beard, it appears that he smiles for a brief moment, but looking at the proud job that he's done with his vomit all over your face
And I'm gonna try to beat his face in.
with a rock.
But
Well,
that
at least Golden Butter can be happy that they did share something. That
I'm not
was
even-
a
They
bodily
shared
fluid.
bodily fluids. It's all
Let's see.
okay.
I rolled an 18. Yeah, it's an 18.
Okay. So with this 18, you bring the rock down directly onto his forehead, dealing a very large and hefty 15 damage directly to his face.
And then with my second attack, because I attacked twice, because leveling up, I'm gonna do that same thing again. Another 18.
With a flat 30 damage applied directly to your face hole. Overall, total, not not for the second attack. This appears to have mashed what appears to be your nose beard aside. If you have one of those, it's possible. And it appears that Fred is thrown backwards from this last attack, pushing him off of you. You two are staring at each other now down on the ground.
I go into a rage and attack him at
Nobody
5 times.
Nobody attacks Fluffy, and he brings out his chainsaw.
Okay, we
I
hear...
bring out a large sword from my very large, copious fur pelts that cover me.
Okay. Pulling his long sword out from underneath his fur.
At
You can take
least-
that any way you want.
My mind's going places that I wish it was.
Roll to see if you're able to find it under all that goodness.
And hope that it isn't where your dick should be.
2.
2. Instead, you grab your dick and pull it out instead. Let's roll for inches, because we make that a ritual around here.
I just caught it when it fell.
Okay. See. You have a nice foot-long dick underneath there. Okay, it's twice as long as Fred's. Too bad.
Well, we
It's
know.
dick superiority.
Well, we know whose dick the butter would like better.
Oh, shush.
Well, my character has both the size and the skill, so I beat him in 2 areas.
Oh!
Yeah, Fred is gonna go ahead and
Take mental damage.
he's gonna activate force field on his turn just in case,
Take dick enlargement pills.
and also force field prevents all damage on.
All right, that'll
incoming
use your
turns.
extra action instead. So
Yeah,
you still
yeah,
have
yeah,
a move.
Yeah, and I'm
So
going to
You have Jeffy
Right.
out. So
I have Jeffy out. 15. I roll a 15.
roll for defense against that.
17.
Damn it.
Okay. The chainsaw manages to thrust directly into the pelts that surround Grendorf, but they appear to get stuck, bogged down, and Fred has to pull them out again. Appears he has to pull out. The only weak point, however, that we can see on Grendorf at this point is his dick, which he does not appear to be able to put away. Otherwise, that would take way too long. And in the middle of a fight, you can't do that. So his dick is now a permanent weak spot on his body, if you can aim for that.
Okay, the only thing going through my head right now is SpongeBob saying, pelvic thrust!
No. Go ahead and roll.
A 3. I'm attacking more than once. I am a barbarian.
Wait, why do you attack? Why? How many times do you attack?
I'm just going to say 2 or 3 times.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. What are you attacking with? 3?
My fist.
Okay.
Oh,
Apparently my pelts are enough to block.
I don't need a roll because I prevent all damage.
A 15.
So a 15 manages to land directly in his direction. However, it slides directly off of Fred's well-timed and well-prepared block way ahead of time.
Force fields.
And deflects it to the side, burying your facial pelts directly into the dirt nearby. What's your action, Fred?
All right, so did he drop his sword?
His penis is still out.
Okay, his penis is still out. I'm gonna try to. Okay, so can I see his bag of holding?
Yes, it is currently out on which side of him?
Right side.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and take. I'm gonna grab his. I'm gonna stick my hand in his bag of holding and pull something out.
You
Okay.
feel a very disgusting sensation.
Yes, you do indeed. You managed to grab what appears to be the leg of an ogre that was sharpened. The bone is sharpened on the end for some odd reason, but it could be used as a weapon.
Favorite going bone.
And I thrust it towards him.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that. With advantage, an 11. Roll to defend that.
This isn't so interesting. I
11.
like to be yelling at him to
Roll
kill
again.
him. It's
Yes.
too interesting.
16.
10.
16 versus a 10. It manages to get stuck all the way you can only tell from the screams that this appears to be his asshole that he's jammed this thing into. It appears that, from what you can see, he's standing now on 2, howling from pain, but it seems he has 4 legs now, with that third one hanging out in front.
And Fred's just gonna go like just.
Fred, who's now still upon you, is now jerking you off furiously.
Yes.
I pee on Fred,
Okay.
and the
you're-
thing
you're-
stuck in my ass is
you're-
dissolving.
You're on the
dear.
You're on your stomach. Remember?
You know, he managed to stand up from the pain, is now hobbling around. You managed
Okay.
to grab his dick before then, don't worry.
Okay.
Kinky.
I pee on Fred while he's holding it.
Okay.
I attempt to dodge out of the way. Just flat dodge.
Okay, you managed to spread your legs to avoid the incoming urine. This is starting to look very strange very quickly. As
the
you are
ground
still
where
rapidly...
my pee lands, everything on it dies.
Exactly. The grass starts turning to dirt, and the dirt starts turning to something that looks
Sand.
orange. Oh, yeah, it looks orange and green and altogether very unnerving and not something you'd want to see food anywhere around.
Boys, can you two just like get along for a little bit?
You hear the conscience inside of both of your heads at that point in time.
Let's see if we.
How is the
come-
conscience in my head?
Because
I'm not part of Fred.
technically his conscience.
Oh, okay.
So let's see if we come to terms. You
He just calls me his
yeah.
conscience because he doesn't know what else to say.
All right, 6.
Because he forgets
11.
my damn name.
Roll to see if you beat us. I rolled a 6. He rolled an 11.
16.
Okay.
All right, we stop fighting then.
Okay. So both of you stand there, glance down at the dick currently in between you. It appears that Fred's managed to get out in the process as well. This poor, crispy little vomited and crusted thing that is now almost completely healed, save for some battle scars of vomit. And you stare into each other's eyes, and for that moment, peace falls over the appliance store in the middle of the forest.
Kiss, kiss.
Then we
kiss,
punch each other
kiss.
in the face to make up.
With your tongues.
Yes.
No.
No.
I rolled a 20.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled a 20.
And in this last moment, all you can see is Grindorf's fist coming up towards Fred's face in slow motion, Fred's fist deflecting out of the way, connecting with Grindorf, and burying him in the ground nearby. Legs up, dick out for all to see.
I win.
You never win.
Your mom.
I poop. It sprays everywhere and kills everything for miles.
And that is all for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. We sure enjoyed making it, and thanks to our special guest star,
Midori.
Midori. And as always, until video number next, stay cool and classy, you morons.